I got a work story to share. I hate when people are freaking passive aggressive.
Yeah.
I talked about something.
Just be passive.
I talked about a quality that I admire above many other qualities. I'll talk about a quality that I hate.
Wait, what were you going to say about the Jack in the Box?
That's all. I'm not gonna get
Just
it.
that you go there?
I'm not gonna get it tonight.
Well, now I want to go get it tonight.
The quality that I hate among all the qualities that are hateable is people who are passive aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Bothers me. On Thursday, I was chatting with this person that works in Seattle, and I had a request for her. She said she didn't have time to do it. She kept chatting me for 10 minutes.
You go, oh, you could have done it.
And it's like, the request I wanted was really simple. Can you email this to me? It would have taken her literally like 20 seconds to do. But she is so nice and so cool and does stuff for me all the time and is really like an awesome person to work with. No like problems with her whatsoever. But in the moment, I was already having a bad day. Not a bad day. I just like couldn't not get through one project, whether through incompetence or people off or not helping. And it was just like a frustrating day. 9 to 4:55. And then at the end of the day, it's like, you know what? I have this person that is my solid rock I can go to. I'm just going to ask if she can email me these couple of things I don't have access to. Would you mind sending them over? I don't have time. Continues to talk to me. And then I ended up getting a little pouty and short and not overtly just like nasty, but obviously if any like person who can read other human beings would go like, oh,
Yeah.
Michael's, even though I was like, oh, it's okay. It was not okay. But it wasn't with her personally. It was the idea that, and obviously I don't think anybody should, drop
Is that
every
passive aggressive, or are you
drop
getting
every.
to that?
No. That's just. And so what did I do? So I was off Monday. So I came in today. And you know what I did? I said, you know what? Hey, on Thursday, I was frustrated. It doesn't have anything to do with you, but I was just like, it was the end of the day. If you noticed or not, I felt like I was short with you and I shouldn't have been. I apologize. That was my first chance. That, like I said, that was 4:55, and then when I came in, that was the first thing I did, and it was fine. She said she had Diwali. It wasn't a great weekend anyway, and that was it. We moved on. But I apologize.
Talk to someone that did the Diwali.
I apologize for my overt, aggressiveness. Right or wrong, it's just I think that's the other thing. People have the right to get upset. Nobody thinks the world is perfect.
Right.
This is the stupid thing. Nobody would say the world is perfect, but people get upset when other people get upset. It's just like, hey, we're all living with the idea and we all can agree on the fact that, things suck sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if people are getting upset, that should just be like a reflection of like, hey, things aren't perfect.
Yeah.
So if somebody's getting upset, you should just go like, I don't know, I'm not saying if somebody's like doing that all the time, yeah, they might be you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if they just do it sometimes and you get upset one day, it's just like, just let it go. You get upset and you understand the world is stupid. So it's just like, they can be upset for a day.
Did we talk about this already? It's my issue lately. It's people walking up behind me and not saying excuse me and just standing there.
No, but
because like I'm taking up the aisle because I'm doing my job. I've got tickets to scan, maybe even hundreds of tickets to scan, and someone comes up behind me and I can't really see them, and they just stand there. No, like, I would say 1 out of every 20 plus say excuse me. They just like come up like within a foot.
I thought you were going to say don't say. 1 out of 20 says?
Yes.
The rest don't say?
No.
And stand there or try to squeeze by you?
Stand.
Just stand.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's like because I'm doing my job, they don't want to like interrupt me.
Yeah, that's probably part of it.
But still, why are you standing 1 foot from me? Like at any point, if they, like if I didn't know they were there, but I wanted to do one of these, just a backwards elbow, just for no reason, I would kill them.
Dude, and that's what I was saying. Honestly, that's what I was saying about the Verizon bill. Those 19 out of 20 people, even just hearing that right now, I have zero respect for them.
Yes.
If you need to go pee, if you need to get to your family, if you want to see the front of the train and know what the choo-choo is like and get your little wings or whatever they do on a train, then you just say, what, like a paper hat, like it's freaking Krispy Kreme?
Yeah.
A paper hat? That's really what it is?
Either they have those or they have a little pin that is a hat.
Okay, well, if those 19 out of 20 people, wow, 19 out of 20, I have no respect for them.
That's how I feel.
I have no.
And I actually did pop off I finally like released some steam the other day.
Dude,
and
Steam
someone,
Deck.
I keep seeing those. Expensive. Someone was like standing right behind me. And also my new thing is just don't move.
Never move
Until they say something. But like finally, whatever, they squeezed past me or something, and I would say, oh yeah, just say excuse me and I'll move.
Oh, wow.
And just like kept doing whatever I was doing. The overly polite voice. The drive-through voice. Oh yeah, just say excuse me.
Okay, you know how people think viewing pornography is okay?
Yeah.
I'm not questioning that whatsoever. I'm not questioning the right or wrong people who think pornography is okay or viewing pornography. But I do want to say there are people who believe that the wrong thing about viewing pornography is the fact that you are somehow like lusting after the person in the pornography.
Right.
What if AI becomes so good that it's not those things where people do AI art and the person looks like
a deep fake,
like obviously like their skin is like shiny and stuff, and it's like it doesn't quite look human, and it's 100% not AI that's based on like you post those Steve Harvey memes where it's like somebody else's body. But let's say not very long from now or now, I'm sure with the right computer, that the person in the pornography is completely not a real person, even though it looks real.
Yeah.
If your only problem with the pornography is that you're quote unquote like lusting after another person, then all of a sudden it's not, you are free to view pornography.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at a computer generated image.
Well, aren't they already doing that with hentai?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely loopholes out there. Um, but I
But
don't
I
know.
get your point.
I don't know. It's just interesting.
Yeah, the whole, and then they're doing all the VR stuff now. It reminds me of some. I feel like there's been kind of a trend. Definitely, it's like Black Mirror, esque. Black Mirror. Oh shoot! There's been a few shows lately where it's like the future. You know, there's always something like that. So it's like they kind of like show like this is what sex and porn and whatever has become in the future.
Wouldn't it be who? This is who sucks in porn?
Hmm? Sex and porn?
Oh, I thought you said this is what sucks in porn.
No,
Sucks.
what sex
Oh.
and porn have become in the
Oh,
future.
okay.
Like, what is the name? It's like there's this one show where there's in the future, and when you die, you can go to this like your consciousness goes to like to this resort, which is a computer, and then but you can still contact people that are alive, and so they have these suits that you wear that look like a wetsuit, but on the inside is all these little phalanges that like simulate the feeling, and so they have like this simulated sex. They have this like simulated sex with their person from the other side.
Dude.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That was one of them. But then there's just anytime there's like a future show, I feel like that's like the thing they have to put in now. It's like, how do we do sex in 3042 or whatever? When I said how do we do sex, it reminded me of Theo Vaughn. It's like something he would say, do sex.
I do think it's kind of weird that like now we're following the Japan trend of
blurring penises.
Less sexual activity.
Yeah?
Sexual first.
More incels?
Yeah. Incel, men and women incel going up.
I just saw that South Korea is in the top something for suicides, and more women suicides than men.
Well, I mean,
What?
I think South Korea is like one of the number one places where they're obsessed with whiteness. I'm not saying, yeah.
Like they want to be pale? Oh, yeah. Is that where they wear the like ski masks to the beach?
Mm-hmm.
The like neoprene ski mask because they don't want the sun damage?
I mean, there's a lot of Asian cultures. Well, I mean, there's a lot of cultures in general like that, but I believe South Korea is sort of like the worst of that.
What does that have to do with suicide?
I don't know, maybe they're not white enough.
Not enough vitamin D?
Oh my gosh. What if? Oh, we just solved it.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta write somebody an email. They're trying to stay white.
Right.
The women especially.
You're getting depressed.
They're not getting enough vitamin D, and therefore getting depressed and killing themselves.
Yeah, I know who we need to call.
How do we just figure that out in 10 seconds?
That's, that could have a part in actually.
Okay, I know we were supposed to talk about simple pleasures, but this has been sitting on my list for a while because I got a flu shot the other day.
Did you get the COVID booster at the same time?
No, I didn't get a COVID booster at the same time. I feel like I might have just had COVID, although we don't know for sure. But anyway, I was getting my flu shot.
Take a test?
No.
Do you have a test?
Yeah, I think we have like 30 tests.
At your work, you can probably just get one.
No, we got all those free ones from like the mail and stuff.
Yeah.
Tammy.
Like I say Tammy, like she's she's the one that got them.
Well, I mean, for a while, it's just like you gotta. Well, like sending the kids back to school is like, well, you gotta have a positive test, but it's just like, how do you know when it's gonna go away or whatever? It's like we did have to
You have to have a negative
burn.
test.
Oh yeah, negative test. Okay, but I have an ick. Are we over icks now? I don't see that on TikTok anymore, but I definitely have an ick.
No, now it's just it gives.
Oh, wait, can I
It's
share my?
giving.
Can I share my positive thing? I want to go positive before negative.
Okay.
Remember when I talked about DRTs and the stars on the dick root tattoos?
Yes. Star on the hip bones.
Donald Ronald Trump.
I feel like there's another one.
I have another thing that goes with trashy girls.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't trashy girls, but this isn't a trashy girl thing, but it hit my subconscious at about the same time. And that's gelled hair. Specifically like bleached or like blonde,
Girl
somehow,
gelled hair?
lightened, like curly, like kind of like making like curls, gelled hair,
Like crunchy curls?
crunchy curls, dog.
Oh.
Now I feel like, to me, this is sort of like to me. So, I'll give you a parallel for this. The fleece vest.
Fleece vest, okay.
I've talked about this on the podcast before. It's just like the fleece vest was cool when I was in like 8th grade. And it was so cool.
yeah.
It was so cool when I was in
I
8th
had
grade.
one.
It was so cool when I was in 8th grade. And I was so uncool when I was in 8th grade that I don't care if every person on the planet is wearing fleece vests because they're so cool. I'll never wear a fleece vest again because to my brain, I just can't get over how uncool they are. Even if everybody on the planet and whoever you think is the coolest person, even if Rihanna is like fleece vests, Fenty is only making
Fenty fleece vest.
Fenty is only making fleece vests from now on, and you can wear them with these thongs. I still won't wear them. Even if she
I felt like they were never even that warm.
even if she personally asked me,
They were
I
like
won't.
thin.
Sorry.
I can totally picture you, because it's in my brain memories. Khaki pants, plaid,
Dude,
button-up
how
shirt,
about we just like wore khaki
fleece-
pants? That was like a thing then.
fleece vest. Well, it's the uniform of the day.
I mean,
CLC uniform.
young people don't know this now, but like you used to go to American Eagle and they'd have like 10 times more khakis than they had jeans. It was just like what people wore for a while.
Oh, yeah. I remember that, actually, now that you say that. American Eagle, Hollister.
Yeah, it's just like people wore khakis
Yep.
as as simply as and nonchalantly as they wear jeans.
So this is the hair you like?
Oh no, ew, no! It's got to be down, and no, not slicked back. I'm talking about down. I'm talking about crunchy curls, not somebody who's gorilla gluing their hair.
What?
No, not those girls. I hate those videos. Those are so stupid.
You've seen them before?
Yes. Who freaking cares about you're a dancer and you need to put your hair down?
They're swimmers.
It's so stupid. Who cares? Like, I could put that on my legs and be like, ooh, my leg it's just like, that's not cool.
What do they call it? Synchronized swimmers. That's what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. Now, if they would show that would be cool. And I'm saying in the same way that is ingrained in my psyche as that's uncool is girls
You like the curly, crunchy.
girls with crunchy gelled hair. Now, if they're ugly, I mean, ew, get them out of my face.
Obviously.
But a scenario happened the other day where I was at Marshall's And number one is I mean, more than the gelled hair situation, it was an uncomfortable smiling situation. So I'm gonna get that out of the way first. I was looking in Iraq for some clothes, just kind of casually.
Iraq.
Iran, and such as, and I looked up, and this female, about my age, maybe a little bit younger, I'm guessing, was pretty tall, but was smiling at me, and like you know how sometimes you stare at somebody and then you like, or like you're gonna go for a glance. I mean, not even looks. They could be doing something weird. You're just gonna look at somebody doing something weird, and then all of a sudden they look at you, and you're like,
I have the worst. I'm such a bad starer.
and so what do you do if you get caught staring? I mean, sometimes, uh, I mean, curlier than that, and I'm specifically saying blonder. Like if they dye their hair blonde, like if they, um, like if you get caught looking at somebody, I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes you can just look away fast. But if you get caught and hmm, is there a math problem I need to solve? Like in the air?
On the ceiling.
But sometimes you might give like a quick smile,
Yeah.
just as in like, oops, sorry.
A nice white person lemon sucking smile.
Yeah. On the trail. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there.
Hey.
But this lady went like this.
Whoa.
And she almost gave like a head nod,
She was having a great day.
like you'd almost say like your turn, like kind of like your turn to talk, like okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
And then I had nothing to do. I was so uncomfortable. I just had to like look up. I mean, this all happened in a split second.
Where was this again?
Marshalls.
Marshall Carpet 1?
No. I did not feel like family there.
Shop more for less?
Yeah. And I was upstairs in the men's section. She was there, and she was like
Uptown?
and she was 1 foot from her boyfriend or husband, significant other, whatever it was.
What?
And I tried to get her. I kind of like took a peek to try to see if she had like, Tism vibes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Later, because it was just such an awkward interaction. I didn't put anything on me. I didn't do the thing where like, is she in love with me? Anything like that. I didn't put anything on it except that it was sort of like. And what happened was, so I had told Tammy about that because it's like so funny. And then Tammy and I went out, and somebody, I think, was looking at Tammy's hair, when we were at the mall on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like gave her a quick like smile, like, "Oops, I was like staring at you," and I was like, I go, "See, Tammy, that was even like the more overt version of what I'm talking about. Like, she was really looking."
Cannot get over how many times you said overt this episode.
I know, it's like stuck in my head. Oh, Bert Kreischer. And yet, she walked away. But here's the deal: this person at Marshall's was a very attractive lady, extremely, and also, you know what took it over the top? Gelled hair. Now just add some, dude. I think gelled hair goes with trashy for me.
I think it does. And there was like a very specific time frame where it was popular.
Exactly. It's hitting me right in the country grammar time. Actually, that was pre-country grammar time. But I mean, overlaps.
Pre 9/11?
Oh, definitely.
That
I
was
sometimes
was
forget.
it junior year or
I
senior
sometimes
year?
forget that's how pre 9/11 it was.
Forgot. Is it 9/11? Was it your junior year, 2001?
Yeah. No, senior year because it's
Senior
September.
year.
Yeah.
First month of senior year.
Dude, I almost signed up for the army that day.
Yeah.
Just head down to my local JROTC recruiter. Do you have a wooden gun I can practice on for the next year?
Can I spin this wooden gun a couple times?
Dude, this seeing these tower fall really makes me want to kill somebody. You got a wooden gun I can Cirque du Soleil with for the next year
I did just
before I kill some brown guys.
I did just see a cool one where they're like spinning the guns and a guy walks
The guy
through.
walks through it, the black guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be any color, but that's what he was.
Yeah. That was crazy.
I watched that. I watched that with Declan. He loved that. I don't usually watch stuff with him, but I sort of know what he'll be like, sort of enthralled by. So I was like, Declan, check this out. Oh,
Yeah.
Loved it.
Sometimes I send you stuff hoping that you'll show them.
You usually say for the boys.
I guess so. Saturdays are for the boys.
Anyways, dude, there's a lot of beautiful ladies out there. What can I say? Some of them are just trashy looking and AKA more beautiful than me.
Yeah.
Here's something I'm pissed at Mom about.
Okay.
One time on my 14th birthday, what made me think of this besides we had Landon's birthday party this weekend? He's turning 13, teenager, first teenager in the house.
I know what you're going to say. Birthday cake.
Nope.
Woman on it with giant boobs.
Tammy and I did talk about that. That was my 14th birthday, though.
Okay.
Happy birthday, you handsome guy.
I remember that. That was my sexual awakening.
but okay, that birthday year,
I'm really into the cake videos.
that birthday year, I went somewhere for my birthday. Where did I go?
You went to Benihana.
Benihana. Now, I do want to say the entrees are more expensive, $20 to $25, which is not typically this was then. Remember, pre-9/11.
14.
Yeah. So, I was turning 14.
Benihana was $20?
Yeah.
That's cheap.
20 to 25. That's what I'm saying, dude. Gas was like 87 cents a gallon, man.
I know. I remember one time when it was 99 cents a gallon. I can like picture it in my head.
I know. I remember the last time it switched. It was up above $1 for a long time, and then it dipped for like a month. Like my freshman year of college, it dipped back down to 99. And then all of a sudden, 2008 hit.
Then Jay Inslee came.
And then we freaking had a recession. And then the gas companies went like, oh, wait, they'll drive the same when it's $3.50 as when it's 80 cents? Why would we ever charge 80 cents again?
Yep.
I was just amazed this week when I paid under $4.
So what are you mad at Mom about?
Where does she get the gall?
Overtly.
Where does she get the overt gall to tell my friends coming to my birthday, even Lindsay Payne, nay Mannheimer, whom I held hands with under the table, got in trouble for that.
How could you?
Dude, when they say in lieu of gifts, we're going to go have this fun night and just like, hey, I want you to pay for, like, Mom and Dad don't want us to pay like $25 a pop for, everybody to have an entree plus a drink.
Mm-hmm.
So like, hey, pay for your own meal. We're all going out. But it's just like, what if I want gifts?
Yeah. The heck?
Dude, pony up for the hibachi.
Or invite them to hibachi and then they can pay for both
Yeah.
and a gift.
Some of those people might have given me hibachi and Hitachi.
Yeah. Tamagotchi. You don't know their situation. If they can't do both, don't come.
They were all private school kids.
Exactly. You don't want them there anyway if they're not going to fork out something for a gift.
Their parents have an extra $7,000 a year or whatever to send their kid to school.
Is that all it is?
All. It was probably way less than that then.
But now, what do you think it is? 7,000 a year?
What do you mean? What do I think it is? My kids go to private school.
That's it? A year or a month?
What are you talking about?
Because daycare is like 2,000 a month.
Yeah.
You're telling me school's only 7,000 a year?
But there's not a public utility called school where kids can go for free and you just pay for them to go there so they won't be around gay kids and black people. Which is what private school was created for.
Right. And so how much does it cost?
Anywhere from, like 6,000 up to like 12,000 or more.
A year.
Yeah, a year.
I'll tell you one thing. Isla's not going to be going to public school once I found that out.
Dude, yeah.
Why don't more people do private school?
Because they don't mind their kids going to school with gay people and black people?
I always thought it was like way more than that.
I mean, it gets more expensive, but the whole deal is that, I mean, it really depends like what community
Right.
you live in.
Well, conveniently, you can walk to a private school.
And it all depends like what drugs you care about. Like, so Gig Harbor,
Right.
it's like, yes, kids are doing cocaine, but are they doing meth? No.
Right. I mean, the parents are doing cocaine, so.
And they're sharing it with the kids.
Right.
So it's like, would I let my kid go to a cocaine school? Yes, of course. Would I have second thoughts about them going to a meth school? Yes, of course, too.
Mm-hmm. What, you're going to send them to Peninsula?
But not everybody has the means, especially when you have multiple kids.
Right. I really thought it was like a lot more than that.
But it's private school, so other stuff. So then they go like, oh, tuition is this, but
Right.
you also got to do books. You also got to do this. You also got to do this.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Books, uniforms, fundraisers. Freaking fundraisers.
I want my kids to read like Where the Red Fern Grows and see whoever doodled in with the N word in Huck Finn and stuff.
Yeah. Did you watch Old Dads
No.
on Netflix?
In the last week?
Yeah.
I don't watch stuff anyways.
Did I ask
So-
you that last week?
Yeah.
Oh. On the pod?
We didn't pause last week.
But we recorded last week.
No, we didn't.
This is the second
Oh,
one.
wait. Oh, are you doing that week thing?
Yeah.
That
But
physical week or that pod week?
the physical week, so you didn't watch it.
Calendar week.
It was funny, but yeah, he has a problem with the principal wanting to do the fundraisers.
Oh, we
This
got
little-
fundraisers.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought I was a great guy for buying a freaking painting.
Uh-huh.
One guy dropped like 10 G's on a basketball court enclosure,
Basketball court enclosure. Like a tent?
like a freaking roof.
Oh, for the school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like it was like an auction and he got that and the money goes to the school.
it was an auction, and people were buying like lamps and like massage gift cards.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, nah, I'm gonna buy everything, and I'll just drop like 10 G's, and then we'll get a basketball court.
Yeah.
And it's Thursday.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
it's a tax write-off.
Did he plan on that?
Tax write-off.
It was. Oh wait, what part of the calendar year? It was May. Maybe he's late filing. He's
just always. He's probably just in. Always be writing off. That's what they say, right?
Dude, the amount of construction guys in my freaking Bible study. Here's what's in my Bible study.
Are they the ones doing that construction, or they like own a construction company?
Well, now they own.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of construction guys though.
They're all just trying to be like Jesus. Carpenters.
It is weird because, when we were growing up, well, it started changing as you were growing up, but it's like when I was growing up, you just say like Gig Harbor is just like old people. It's just like retirement town.
Right. Till the Costco came. Costco and Target.
But, I go to church with a lot of their families.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still not like a giant town.
Right.
But it is like a weird, it is like a little bit of a weird dynamic. Because it's definitely very like accomplishment people.
Oh yeah.
I was, we won this national championship.
Mm-hmm.
I was making this much money.
Did this, know this guy.
Now, granted, the people in this Bible study that I've been doing every 2 weeks, even though the book is bad, the guys are super nice. Gosh, but that's what I think. Man, what would it be like to have ambition in your life?
I don't know.
Dude, I could not tell you.
No.
Dude. Wave $100 bill in front of my face. I'm like, See a lady with bleach blonde gelled hair.
Yeah.
Oh, I lose my S.
I just marked off last week at work. Took the weekend off. Turns out it was paid holiday that I got denied because you have to work the day before and day after. I didn't know Veterans Day was a paid holiday.
I appreciate your pronunciation of Veterans Day.
Is it a veterans?
Yeah.
But yeah. So I missed out on 8 hours of free money. And I didn't care. I was spending time with my fam.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
There's stuff going on. And guess what? When Christmas rolls around, I'm not gonna be there. You think I'm gonna be at work?
That's what I'm saying. You make the choices that are good for you. It's like, if you're willing to live with the choices you make.
Yeah.
Wait, have you seen that like suitcase-ish looking motorcycle that?
Moto Compo?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it originally was made to be briefcase size, and it came with a car, the Honda something.
Oh, really?
And it fit, and there's a space for it in the trunk.
Oh, that's cool.
And they just remade it. But yeah.
There's a little delivery bike that went by, but yeah.
The Honda Moto Compo.
It just reminded me of it. Very cool looking.
Yeah, I wonder how
Has a little battery.
ergonomic it feels when you're sitting on it.
Yeah. It doesn't look.
But it's supposed to fit in your trunk. That's the point of it.
Okay, let me say my ick real quick. We'll wrap it up. But I went to get a flu shot, and this lady said, "My friend." How you doing, friend?
What is she, a street salesman in Tijuana?
Sort of, because they do these employee like drive-through things.
Oh yeah.
Hospital organization. They gotta get a lot of people flu shots at the same time, so they do these big drive-through things.
As you're headed out of the parking garage, stop in the flu shot lane.
and or it's usually before you come to work. Just drive through this little area.
Before, so you can get all feverish while you're at work.
It's always in the morning. I don't know why. You get feverish from a flu shot? It's not the COVID vaccine.
Guess what?
My balls aren't shrinking.
I don't
and
know
my heart
the
isn't
last
enlarging.
time I had a flu shot.
Well, we have to like religious opt out in order to not have a flu shot. So I'd rather just have a flu shot.
Really? They make you get them?
Dude, rather than list out your 7 favorite Bible verses, yeah.
That's odd.
Oh, it's odd for a hospital organization to think not having the flu is passing on the flu to
Wait.
disabled veterans is a good idea.
You can not have the flu without getting the flu shot.
Yeah, but then we got to deal with employees not coming to work and all that S. That's not what we want.
What about when they die?
We're already paying out the nose.
What about when they die from inflammation from the flu shot?
Dude,
It causes cancer, and now they're paying out years and years and years of medical
not
bills.
the flu shot. The flu shot is one of the safest shots in the history of the world.
Says big flu.
Dude, they're making flu vaccines every year, millions upon millions.
I know,
of them.
because they're making new flu viruses every year.
Dude, they do projections, data models of what flus are going to come around a certain time of year.
Not pretty enough to data model.
Sometimes they're more effective sometimes they're not. Anyway, so I'm going.
Just call Bill Gates and ask him which one he's releasing that year.
And I got the 5G. And so I hang my left arm out the window, roll it down.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure I wear sleeveless so I don't have to unbutton my dress. And nurse comes up.
Hey, friend.
Hey, friend. You get flu shot today?
Does she work at Dutch Brothers?
Yeah, that's why we're here. We're all here for that. Okay, you just fill out this paperwork, friend, and I'll be right back.
An extra friend.
Okay, friend. Did you get all that done? Okay, here. And it's just gonna be a little poke. Got a Band-Aid for you, and here's your little. They always give you candy. It's like our little treat. M&Ms. It's like the Halloween. It's like the Halloween size where there's like 5 M&Ms on the inside.
Have them on the counter.
It's like what?
Yeah, fun size.
I need like 10 of these packages to even feel it. And so she's like, okay, friend, that's about it. Oh, you know what she did? She asked me. She's already dropped 4 friends on me.
You should have said, you know what? We're not friends.
She asked me like something that I could answer in like a sentence, like, oh, what are you doing? You know, whatever. And I didn't even get like 2 words into my one sentence. And like, really, I mean, I know my moments in life, you know, I could talk too much, but I was ready to just drop 1.5 sentences on her
going
and get
home
out
for dinner or something like that.
Exactly. Yep. I didn't get 2 words into it. She was looking at the math problem on the ceiling. And in this case, the ceiling was the sky.
Yeah.
Could care less about anything I was saying. And you know what I did then?
Talk slower.
I just kept talking and just like looked to see if anything was like registering on her face or in her life or in her brain somewhere. Nope.
Yeah.
It wasn't. She didn't hear anything that I said. And I just kept talking because it was like amusing me. And then she'd go like, okay, friend, that's it. Thank you. Have a great day, friend. And so, friend is on my list. Friend is on my ick. When people say cheers and Rick Glassman does it and I hate him for it.
When they say it instead of thank you.
Like thank you, whatever. And they're just
not
like
when they're actually cheersing.
No. And when people say small, like SMOL.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of
millennial.
There's a lot of
there's a lot of
internet speak that it's freaking annoying, but
have you seen the one talking about Taylor Swift? It was in this compilation of like how cringy millennials are. One was like the girl dancing at the IHOP, waiting for her pancakes to come, and she's like, and someone over her shoulder, it's like when like looking at her in disgust. And then there's one of this lady, and she's like, I'm so happy for Taylor Swift to be small girl. She finally has big boy, so she can be small.
No.
Yeah, small girl. And she's like,
Ew.
does this stupid voice. And I want to kill myself.
Do it.
Probably will.
That'll prove it.
It'll be in my suicide note.
Dude, I cannot wait for Lauren to listen to this podcast.
And then my ick is, you may have guessed, the self-checkout at Fred Meyer. Because guess what? The lady hasn't been seen. I went there 3 times last week just because Isla falls asleep in the car. And she has not been seen, but guess what they did? They put up little shelves around. Did yours do that? Put up shelves around the U-Scan so you can only enter through one spot.
Oh, not the Fred Meyer. I was thinking Target. The one other Target did that, but
Yeah, I've seen it at Walmart too.
Yeah.
So it's like there's shelves in the way now, so you can only enter through a spot that is as wide as a cart. And I swear they moved them closer together, because now you have 6 carts in here, and there's a support beam in there, just happens to be, for the ceiling.
I know.
And then they put these walls in, and there's nowhere for your cart. Like, if people...
It's not for counseling.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a delay.
If people are at the last 2 by the support beam to exit, and they have carts, you literally cannot leave. There's not enough space.
Why can't you?
There's not enough space.
Why can't you?
Because you have to...
You need to think back. Oh my gosh, what a hit. I know we need to wrap up this pod, but
why can't I?
What a hypocrite we've identified in the room right now.
Why?
How hard is this? Excuse me, can I get by?
There's nowhere to move the cart. There's a support beam. There's about a foot, and then there's a cart.
The other person can't move their cart a little bit?
They can move it out.
Yeah.
They can, but that's past the little metal detector RFI thing.
RFID scanner?
Yeah.
Blue lights?
Yeah. Blue lenses. That's what I'm saying.
Red Devil.
And they can't move their cart out there because they're taking things out of their cart to scan. I don't know what they did, but I'm pissed. I was contemplating talking to someone about it. Writing a letter.
Well, it's a whole thing. They design a thing where they have electrical outlets in certain places on the floor because they think, oh, my thing is, my like checkout lines are always going to look like this, but they don't. If they could move over, 12 inches, and we could rearrange how this works over here.
Yeah, but
they can't
I feel like they brought it in since, a couple of weeks ago when it wasn't like that, when it didn't have the shelves in front.
Your infrastructure has to have some foresight. If I've said
one thing I learned from Starbucks,
if I've said anything on the podcast
it's
today,
customer's point of view. When you walk in the door, what's the customer seeing? What's the flow of traffic of the customer?
What's overt to the customer?
Exactly. And it's like, if I was the U-Scan lady standing there, even though that lady's not there, I would see this problem. It's like obvious problem. Too many carts, too small a space. It's like Shibuya Crossing in there. It's insane. Maybe I'll write a letter. More interested to see if I even get a response.
Can we talk about something else real quick?
Yes.
I was trying to explain why we put up Shibuya Crossing during the podcast, and I felt like I couldn't really explain it. And also, I felt like a person who is not aesthetically inclined can't even understand. Because I feel like if somebody were aesthetically inclined, even if I couldn't put into words why we have Shibuya Crossing up on the screen, if they could see it, or if I could describe it in the right way, they would get it.
Mm-hmm. And it's live. Did you tell them it was a live feed?
I know. It's just like, but it's just like I was saying about Declan and whatever. He has some kind of internal, like, artsy something or another. It's just like there is just an aesthetic sense in some people that you just can't.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put something on the pod, and this also includes, this also like combines with not going to Jack in the Box. If I want to do a callback right at the end of the episode here, is actually I think I actually told Tammy this the other day. I was talking about you. One of the reasons, besides, I feel like my like majorly bad habit is whatever weight eating stuff, whatever, and I feel like one of the things that robs from me, I've been trying to focus on my happiness or my like, yeah, I use the word happiness, richness of life, basically. But I've been trying to focus on my happiness more because I've never.
Marie Kondo.
And one of the things I was saying is like, I actually do. Uh, I'm not like a super artist or guy or whatever, but I do have an aesthetic sense to me, whether that's in music stuff, which I think my big limitation is music is like coordination is like physical stuff. It's not up here.
Yeah.
And the same goes with like art or how something gives you a feeling or some sort of intangible sense of um like if there is a sort of like right and wrong of or pleasing or not pleasing in terms of like
Feng shui.
shape, color, whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like I miss out. I feel like I'm robbing myself of happiness if I am not able to wear certain kinds of clothes or
Mm-hmm.
not feeling good about my body or not feeling good about how I look. But I think the clothes thing is like a big deal where I was like, oh wait, maybe I've just not cared about this because like I didn't think I should. But really, I was saying, sometimes when I see Will in like a cool outfit or he's dressed up for this or he's wearing this one day and then this the next, I feel like not jealous in terms of like your life or in that sense. It's like jealous in terms of like getting to express yourself, and I feel like you're the same way. It's just like you're not this like crazy like, oh, I'm an artist
Yeah.
kind of guy, but some of the things you do in your life, whether it's through clothes or whatever, do have this thing to them where it's like I think you are allowing yourself and giving yourself a little happiness through that venue. And yeah, so Tammy and I were talking about that, and I feel like because I'm still looking for the right like hook in my mind
Mm-hmm.
to like help myself, and I feel like that approaches something closer where it's just like I need to treat myself good and not rob myself of like I need to find the things in my life that make me happy.
Yeah.
And if I'm not feeling good about myself, and also if I'm robbing myself of the chance to like be expressive, have a style, have a look, like just sort of like, you know, people joke about how I like cut my hair all the time and stuff like that, but it's really because it's just fun to just like do something that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And and just sort of like feel different, look different, what, you know, whatever.
Yeah. I have always like doing like hair stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
I definitely like, I mean, just because you brought up clothes, that's not my like hugest, I'm not like obsessed with that or anything. But I do, like anytime, even if I'm just going to the like grocery store, I'm never like wearing like sweatpants or basketball shorts or anything. I always like get dressed to leave the house.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's the small things. It's
Yeah.
like you can't always go on a trip to, you know, Kilimanjaro or something.
Yeah.
You have to find little things in life that make you.
For me, it's food, like restaurants, trying new things.
Yeah.
Laura and I decided for our birthdays, instead of gifts, we're going to each go to a like a nice restaurant, a fancy restaurant in Seattle. So we each, like, she picked out one and made reservations, and I picked out one.
Oh yeah, her birthday's
Thrice.
I have a gift. I have a gift for you. I'm going out on a limb for your birthday, but
Woo!
oh
Out
man,
on a limb.
I know I am.
Out on a lamb.
I'm sort of nervous about it, but I'm sort of okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm also nervous about it.
I'm weird about gifts, like, you know, I feel like any thought, like anyone's like, oh, you thought about me. Like any gift is good and like surprise. You know what I mean?
I like to try with gifts.
You do, and I appreciate that. I was thinking about that the other day because I was looking at the coconut cups, and I was like, gifts are always like thought of and like not just.
Dude, your birthday and your Christmas are already going to be tip top.
I'm still proud of myself for getting you the Eddie Bauer sweatshirt.
It's almost worn all the way through.
I know. I gotta figure out what to do now.
All right. Oh, wow. What a long episode.
Trim it.
There's just so many good things. You know, in your head, when I can tell when we're like doing a podcast, I'm either going to have to like leave it long or cut something cool.
Yeah. Just save all the clips. We could just release an end of year cut clips.
All right. Would you like to wrap up the episode? I did last time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really tired. I felt like I got home late from work and woke up early.
Dude,
I
didn't
take care of the
sleep good.
baby.
I'm regaining my composure now.
Hyla didn't nap forever today. She's just been a wiggly worm today. Anyway, thanks for listening to the pod. Cut that part out to save time. Like and subscribe. Thanks for listening wherever you are in the country. Wherever you're at in your day.
Out of the country.
Out of the country. And, it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
MGTOW.
So, hug your brother.